are going to treat a topic today in maths. The topic we are going to treat is simultaneous equation, as you can see. Okay, simultaneous equation is a very technical topic in mathematics that requires that you pay a serious attention. Okay, so today our learning objective is that by the end of this lesson you should be able to define what simultaneous equation is and mention the methods of solving simultaneous equations and solve some problems in simultaneous equation using the different methods we are going to treat today. Okay, all right. By way of definitions, okay, simultaneous equations are actually two or more algebraic expressions that share common variables, okay, common unknowns, and they are solved at the same time. Okay, so they are actually two or more set of algebraic expressions, okay, but then they have variables within them that are common. Okay, all right. So and when they are solved at the same time. That is why in the next point I have there, simultaneous by definition is an English word. It means happening at the same time. So whatever happens to the first equation or the second equation or the third equation, as the case may be, happens to the other equations that follow. Okay, so that is basically what simultaneous equation is. And simultaneous equation is a form of linear equation. Sometimes it is given as simultaneous linear equations. Okay, simultaneous linear equations. Why the ones which I think you are very familiar with is the simple equation. So linear equation has two types: simple linear equations and simultaneous linear equations. So we are going to do simultaneous linear equations today. So I said to solve simultaneous equations, we have basically three methods of solving simultaneous linear equations. Those methods are: one, the elimination method; two, the substitution method; and three, the graphical method. For the sake of this class, we'll be dwelling mainly on the two methods, the elimination method and the substitution method. Maybe subsequently we'll look at the graphical way of solving the simultaneous equation. So we are going to take some examples. We'll use the elimination method and solve some examples of linear equations. This elimination method that we'll use will solve some examples of simultaneous equation there. Now, some of you may be asking now, how does a simultaneous equation, how does the expression looks like? Like I said in the definition, it has two variables in each of the equation. Okay, of course, you know that the variable is that factor, that parameter that we are looking for, which is also, some people call it the unknown. Okay, so let's have something. This is mathematics, simultaneous equations. So we are looking at the elimination method now. Okay, so I said let's look at one of the expressions of simultaneous equation. The first question I have there for you is 3x minus y is equal to 12, okay, and 2x plus y is equal to 13. Now, this is an example of a simultaneous equation. These equations are given. If you see from the definition of simultaneous equation, we said there are two variables in each of the set of equations that we have here. So we are required to solve these two equations at the same time, that is simultaneously. Now, by elimination method, what you are required to do is, your business here is to look for a means of eliminating one of the variables, because it will be so difficult for you to solve two variables at the same time. So the simple logic there is find the means, remove one of the variables or eliminate one of the variables in the two expressions, in the two equations. But before you do that, the first thing you do in simultaneous equation, the first step is name the equations given. So we are given two equations. So the first equation here, step 1, name the what? Equations. Okay, so our equations here are 3x minus y is equal to 12. So this is our equation 1. It is equation 1 in mathematics. You don't need to write equation 1. Just put 1 and circle it. It means equation 1, okay? All right, the next one is 2x plus y is equal to 13. This becomes our equation 2. Okay, so that is the first thing to do. Now, the next thing to do is in each of these equations now, look for the variable. For us to eliminate any variable, the coefficient of the variable that we want to eliminate must be the same. By coefficient, we mean the number multiplying the variable. For example, if we have 3x minus y equals to 12, here the coefficient is 3 because 3 is multiplying x. Okay? Now, if we look at minus y here, this y, okay, the coefficient here is minus 1 because there is an invisible one for every variable, okay? There's an invisible one. But since minus is here, since a negative sign is here, it means the coefficient here is minus 1, okay? So if we look at this same place here, 2x is, the 2 here is the coefficient of x here. So y for this place 1 is the coefficient. Irrespective of if this is a negative coefficient or a positive coefficient, once they have the same number value, okay, the same number figure, we can use elimination method for that. So that particular variable with the same coefficient is what we use as our variable. Okay, so here we have the same coefficient. So what do we do? The variable with the same coefficient here is y. So we will eliminate y first. Then after eliminating, we'll come back to it maybe later on, okay? So what do we do to eliminate y? What do we do to eliminate y? Now, if we have minus y plus y, minus y plus y, look at this now. To eliminate this, if we add these two variables together, okay, it will be 0. The answer will be 0. Because what that means is that if we say minus y plus y, the answer is 0. What does that mean? Minus means what you're owing somebody. So you are having minus y, what you're owing, and plus y is what you have, okay? Let's say you borrowed somebody minus y, or like 1y, and the person wants you to pay back. You have 1y with you. If you give the person that y that you have just borrowed from the person, you won't have anything again. So it's 0. So minus y plus y is 0. Same thing as minus 1 plus 1 is 0. Minus 2 plus 2 is 0. Minus 3 plus 3 is 0. Minus anything plus that particular number is 0. So what we do now is add step 2. Add equation 1 and what? Equation 2. Okay? Add equation 1 and equation 2. So the simple way of doing this is 3x minus y, okay, plus 2x plus y. This is equal to 12. This is equal to 13. So we are adding everything we have here. This will give us 3x plus 2x gives us 5x. Now, like I said before, minus y plus this, we cancel each other because the answer becomes 0. Okay, this becomes plus 0 or something, which means nothing. Okay, then this plus this will give us 25. So you see we have eliminated y, and what we have here is 5x. Okay? Another simple way of doing this is you can decide to bring every of this value that we have here. We can decide to bring every of this value here, 3x minus y. Okay? We said we are adding, right? Plus this, that. Do you get the point now? What we mean by that is that 3x or 3x minus y plus 2x plus y is equal to 12 plus 13. I believe this should be clearer for you. What I simply did, this plus this expression plus this expression. Okay? So if we have that now, this will be 3x if we take like terms plus 2x, okay, minus y plus y is equal to, this is of course 25. So this minus y plus y, this cancels and we have 5x is equal to 25. Okay, so having gotten this, what we simply have to do is get the value of x. So we have 5x is equal to 25. To get the value of x, divide both what? Sides of the equation, both sides of the equation by the coefficient of x, which we are looking for. So by the coefficient of x. Do you get that? So that means 5x will be divided by this coefficient, which is 5, is equal to 25 divided by this coefficient, which is 5. So 5 into 5 is 1. 1 times x is x. Okay? Then 5 into itself is 1. 5 into 25 is 5. So our x is equal to 5. So this equation satisfies the fact that x in both expression, both for equation 1 and 2, is equal to 5. So now, remember the expression we are given has two variables. It has x as a variable and y as a variable. So having found the value of x, we can now put the value of x into any of the equation of our choice. Any of the equation of our choice. For me, okay, let's use equation 1. Okay, so we have 3x. So I think this is another step you should know. Step 3, put the value of x into any of the equation of choice. Okay? All right. Any of the equation of your choice, okay? So we have 3x minus y is equal to 12, okay? So wherever you have x, you put 5, which is the value there. So which means 3 into 5 minus y is equal to 12. I think that is clear right now. So 3 times 5, which is what this means by distributive law, okay? So 3 times 5 is 15 minus y is equal to 12. Is that okay? Okay. Then what do? We take this over to this place, take like terms, okay? We take like terms, this go here. Because this 15 crosses the equal sign and moves to the other side of the equation, each sign, ordinarily it has a positive sign rather, a positive sign which is invisible but is there. It has a positive sign. So because it leaves this particular side of the equation and come to this place, it will change to minus. So this will become minus y now is now alone is equal to 12 minus 15. You see that? 12 minus 15. So 12 minus 15, a smaller number subtracting a larger number, so it will be a negative answer. What that simply means is if you reverse 15 minus 12, 15 minus 12 is 3. So it's just a negative 3 when you do 12 minus 15, okay? So this is minus y is equals to minus 3, okay? All right, so remember there is a coefficient of y here. The coefficient of y here is minus 1. So what we can do is, what we did here, divide both sides by the coefficient of So we are dividing both sides by the coefficient of y, which is -1, so that y can stand alone and give us what the original value is. Minus y is different from y. Minus y is not the original value of y. So divide both sides by the coefficient, which is -1. So here over -1 and here over -1. I hope you got that. Okay, so this cancel this. Okay, minus cancel minus. 1, y divided by 1 is still y. So here we have, this implies that y is equal to 3 divided by 1 is still 3. So y is equal to 3. So this equation is satisfied, okay? So we say this implies that x is equal to 5 and y is equal to 3. So this is how to solve simultaneous equation using the elimination method. Okay? All right. So I think what we can do now is to, let's take another example, but in this example, I will have to go through your exam guide. Okay? We'll just take a random question there from BESE, Basic Education Certificate Exam. We'll just take some random questions on simultaneous equation. Okay? All right, so let's get started. You just go to your app, open it, and select the subject. You select mathematics here. Okay? Then in the year, we are not looking at any particular year, so you can just randomly choose any. Let's go to random so that we can take any question of our choice. Okay? So let's get started. Okay, so I think let's look at, yes, the first question there. Okay, let's look at the first question there from your exam guide. So I'm going to clean this now and let's do that question together. So we have solve the equation simultaneously. That is what is given there. Solve the equation simultaneously. Okay, now these two equations are given. The first step, okay, is name your equation. So this is our x plus y is equal to 5 is equation what? 1. Is that clear? The second one, 2x plus y is equal to 3, equation 2. Okay? Now look at these equations. Look at the variables given there. The variables given are the variables that we have there that have the same coefficient, okay, is y. Y has a coefficient of 1. X, y also has a coefficient of 1 here, okay? So we can eliminate y and keep x, okay? I was thinking we can get something that, because the last one we solved was y and we got x, so but it's still the same thing, okay? So what do we now do to eliminate y? To eliminate y here, subtract, okay? If we subtract equation 2 from 1, okay, this will be eliminated because y minus y is equal to 0. Okay, we can decide to say let's eliminate this one from this, that is 1 from this. So, but let's do subtract. Remember the first one we added because one of the variables was negative, while the other one was positive. So in such case, you add. But where the two variables are positive variables, you subtract. So subtract equation 2 from 1. Okay, so what that means is x plus y is equal to 5 minus 2x plus y is equal to 3. Okay, this minus this, 5 minus 3 is 2 is equal to y minus y goes off. Now we have x minus 2x. This means like 1 minus 2. That is what it means because there's an invisible one here. Okay, so 1 minus 2 what it means is that, just like I said, a smaller number is subtracting a bigger number. So 1 minus 2, or x minus 2x, will give us minus x. Hello? Will give us minus x. Okay, so this is minus x. Do you get that now? This is minus x. So minus x is not our value here. So to do that, we say divide both sides by the coefficient, which is minus 1. So here will be minus 1, and here is minus 1. So minus cancel minus, okay? All right, so x is equal to minus 1 divide 2 is minus 2. So x is, first of all, equal to minus 2. We have found the value of x. So to find y, to find value of y, put x into, let's choose an equation to put it. Let's put, okay, the last one we did, we put in equation 1. Let's put in equation 2 so that you know we'll get the same thing. So let's put it in equation 2. In equation 2. All right. So you can choose any particular equation of your choice to put your variable or your answer inside of it and know what it is there. Okay. Okay. So equation 2 says 2x plus y is equal to 3. Okay, so 2 times x, our x is what? Minus 2, so this is minus 2 plus y is equal to 3. 2 times minus 2 is minus 4, okay, plus y is equal to 3, okay? So y is equal to, we are taking like terms now, let it come here. This has a negative number at this, a negative sign at this point. Once it crosses this bridge here, okay, it must drop something and exchange it for something, okay? So this minus will change to plus. So this becomes 3, which is already here, plus 4. So y is equal to 4, is equal to 7 rather, sorry, is equal to 7. So therefore, this implies that x is equal to minus 2 and y is equal to 7. Okay, so these two values of x and y satisfy those equations that we have there. So if you look, if you have been following me, I think the option there is option C. X is equal to minus 2, y is equal to 7. Okay, so that option C is the correct option there. All right. Okay, so let's look at elimination, substitution method, which is the other method I want us to look at, the elimination method. Solving simultaneous equation using elimination, substitution method. I want to believe that the word substitution is not new to you. Okay, so many of you watch football games. You watch football games very well, I know that, where in those games you bring in a player and a player will substitute the role of that player. So that is actually what is done in mathematics, okay? So substitution method, let's see if we can get some substitution. Okay, let's get this one. So using, some examiners can just give you a particular method to solve for them, okay? We are presented with a problem here. The problem we are presented with is a problem relating to substitution method, okay? So we are asked to use substitution method to solve the following equation. What are the equations? Let's say A plus 5B is equal to 55, and 10A minus 2B is equal to 30, full stop. These are the equations they want us to solve. So the first thing we do is name the equation for all. So, okay, so we have A plus 5b is equal to 55 is our equation 1. Okay? Then 10a minus 2b is equal to 30, our equation 2. Now, listen to me. It is possible the examiner gives you a random question in simultaneous equation without identifying or telling you which method to use. Okay? Now, to choose if you should use simultaneous substitution method or elimination method, there are some things you must identify in the expression for you to know which one to choose. If you have in any of the equation any particular variable whose coefficient is 1, use substitution method. So substitution method mainly is used for an expression that has the coefficient of any variable that is 1. Once you have that, you can go ahead and use substitution method. So for here, we have equation 1 has a coefficient that is 1. The coefficient of this variable that is 1. So we can use that. So we now say from equation 1, step 1. Step 1. From the question from equation 1, that one that has a coefficient of 1, okay? Make A, which has a coefficient that is 1. Make A the what? Subject of the formula. The subject of the formula, or the subject of the equation, whichever one you want to take, okay? So we want to make A the subject. We have A plus 5b is equal to 55. To make any particular variable subject simply means we should make that variable to stand alone in one part of the equation. So it becomes a relation to which all the expression of that equation is relating to, okay? So to do that, we need to remove 5b from here so that it goes to where 55 is. So 5b goes to 55, all right? So we'll have A is now equals to 55. Because 5b is a positive number or expression, as the case may be, that minus becomes plus. So this is minus 5b now. Do you get that point? So this, we can't solve further here. So this becomes our equation 3. So listen to me, in substitution method, at the end of the day, we are arriving at almost equation 3. So we have equation 3 here. Do you get the point? Now, the next step is step 2. The subject that you have made from one of the variables, substitute that subject into an equation. Since we have used equation 1, let's not also use it again, okay? Let's use equation 2. So let's substitute the value of equation 3 into equation 2. So you say substitute equation 3 into 2. So you put the value of 2. The value of A here is 55 minus 5b. So this value, wherever you have A in 10a minus 2b over is equal to 30, put the value of A there. So that means in our equation 2, 10a minus 2b is equal to 30. Okay? All right? So by substituting the value of A into this, we will now have 10 is now 55 minus 5b minus 2. This minus 2b is equal to 30. I want to believe that is well understood. All right? So what that will mean is 10 times 55. All right? You simply do that. 55 times 10. Okay? 0, 0, 5, 5. So we have 550. That's what it is. Okay? So this is 550. Okay? 10 times minus 5b will give us minus 50b. Okay? minus 2b is equal to 30. So that is how we do this. 10 times this, 550. 10 times 5b is 50b, that's minus 50b. Then this minus 2b, which you already have there, is equal to 30. So, all right, so this is 550. Now we have minus 50b minus 2b. Okay, minus 50b minus 2. So this will be minus 52b. Why? This is minus b means you are owing somebody. This is what you're owing somebody. Another minus b, what you're owing somebody. So you borrowed 50b, borrowed minus. You borrowed 50b from somebody. You went again and borrowed another 2b from somebody. Altogether, what you're borrowing, what you are owing now is minus 52. That is 52 b's. Okay. So this minus 52b is equal to 30. Okay. All right. So the next thing to do here is take like terms. This 55, since it does not have an expression that has b here, take it to the other side that has real number. So this go to this place, okay? But then there is a positive sign here which is not visible. It will change to minus. So this is minus 52b is equal to 30 minus 550, okay? So we have minus 52b is equal to 30 minus 550 will give us minus 520. Okay, I've told you, when you have a smaller number like this, subtracting a bigger number, just by imagination, see that bigger number, subtracting this, the answer put a negative sign. Of course, if you have 550, okay, minus 30, 0, 5 minus 3 is 2, so it's 520. So this is minus 520. Is that okay now? All right, so what do we do here? Divide both sides by the coefficient of b. So this, the coefficient of b here is minus 52, is our coefficient of b here, all right? While here, the coefficient of b in this place is also, of b here is minus 55, both sides, okay? All right, so we remove this 52 into itself, 52, b is now equal to, you get that? So here, minus, we cancel minus. So we have 520 divided by 52. 52 divide 52 is 1, so it's 10. Okay? 52 into 52 is 1. Is 1. So this 0 that is left, you add it to that, that is 10. Okay? So if you check it from your calculator, if you want to do that with your calculator, you will know what that is. So b is equal to 10. Now, to find the value of a, simple. Don't go back to equation 1 and 2. Since you have already gotten a subject formula for a here, our a is 55 minus 5b. Just put the value of b into equation 3. So I will say put the value of b, step 3. Put the what? Value of b into 3. This is into equation 3. So equation 3 is a is equal to 55 minus 5b. Our b is 10. So this will be equal to 55 minus 5. Then bring the value of b here, which is 10. Bring it here. So we have 55 minus 5 times 10 is 50. So it means that this is a, this is a. It means that our value of a is 55 minus 50 gives us 5. Do you get that now? So what that means that this implies that a is equal to 5 and b is equal to 10. this satisfies the equation that we were asked to solve. Okay? All right, so we will take another problem, but this time we'll look into our ExamGuide app. Okay? We'll also still go to basic questions. We'll just pick randomly mathematics, go to random. All right, so let's get started. All right, so we are looking for expression that has the value of one of the variables equal to 1. Okay, let's see. Okay, I think we should use this. We will solve this one using substitution method. Okay, if you look at the question has a variable that has, I'm cleaning this off, that has a coefficient that is not greater than 1. So we'll use that. Okay. Okay, so we have solved the simultaneous equation. I think this is the fourth. Solve the simultaneous equation. Good. I think I like this particular problem because all the ones we have solved don't have like 3 values in one of the equations. So let's see what this means. Then the next one is 3x plus 2y, and 3x plus 2y is equal to 3x plus 2y is equal to 7. Is equal to 7. All right. So x minus 2y plus 3 is equal to 0. Let me confirm that. 3x plus 2y is equal to 7. All right. So let's look at this now. So we have solution. Let's put this into solution now. So we have x minus 2y plus 3 is equal to 0. Now look up. These guys just want to twist your head a little bit. Okay? This 3 has no business here. Just take it to where you have the value of real numbers. Okay? Take it to the other side of the equation so that only values with variables can be found in one side. So this means x minus 2y, take 3 to this place, is equal to 0 minus 3. So our first equation will be x minus 2y is equal to minus 3. So this is our equation 1. Just get that. Okay? Then why the equation 2 is already simplified there. 3x plus 2y is equal to 7. This is our equation 2. This is our equation 2 here. All right? So simple. This one, from equation 1, make x the subject. So from equation 1, make x what? Subject of formula. Permit me to use this. Subject of formula, SOF, okay? Subject of formula. Just to save time, okay? So what that means is x minus 2y is equal to minus 3. To make it subject, it means x is equal to minus 3 plus 2y. So this is now our equation 3. Okay? So from equation 3, the next step now. From equation 3, okay, or put equation 3 rather. Put equation 3. Put equation 3 into equation 2. Let's just put it into equation 2. Our equation 2 is 3x plus 2y. 3x plus 2y is equals to 7. By putting this value into it means wherever you have x in equation 2, put minus 3 plus 2y. Minus 3 plus 2y into where you have x in this equation. So this means 3 we'll now be multiplying minus 3 plus 2y. Are you following that? Now we are done with this. Remember, we still have this. So this is plus 2y is equal to 7. All right. Okay, so if we expound this, this will be 3 multiplied by minus 3. 3 times minus 3 will give us minus 9. Okay? 3 times plus 2y will give us plus 6y. You get that now? So we already have our plus 2y here, which is equal to 7. Okay? All right, so this is minus y. We can just take like terms from this point. Minus y should come to 7 side, okay? So that we'll now have 6y, that is plus 6y plus 2y is equals to 7. 9 going to this place changes to plus. So this is plus 9. You get that now? All right. So what that will now mean again is 6y plus 2y will give us what? 8y is equal to 7 plus 9. 7 plus 9 is 16. Okay? So this is 16. So the next point or the next step is divide both sides by the coefficient of y. The coefficient of the variable we're looking for. So that coefficient is 8 here. So 8y divided by 8, 16 divided by 8. So 8 is 1, 8 here is 1. 1 divided by 1 is 1. 1 times y is still y. So y is equal to 8 into itself is 1. 8 into 16 is 2. So y is equal to 2. Is that correct? So to find x, put y into equation 3. Equation 3 that we have already gotten the subject of formula for x. So equation 3 is x is equal to minus 3 plus what? 2y. This is our equation 3 here. Okay? So where we have the value of x, of y, we put 2 there. So we have x is equal to minus 3 plus 2 times our value of y now, we have found it is 2. So we'll put it there. All right? So x will now be equal to minus 3 plus 2 times 2 is 4. So minus 3 plus 4. I've told you when you see minus, minus means what you are owing, what you don't have. It doesn't belong to you. It's a debt. Why? If you see plus attached to a number, it means what you have. So this young man is owing 3 naira, okay? 3 naira, and he has 4 naira in his pocket. And this man he borrowed this stuff from wants the money back. So from the 4 naira he has, he will pay back his debt of 3 naira. And when he pays back from the 4 naira, he pays 3 naira, 1 naira will be left. That 1 naira that is left for him is his money, so it's addition. So minus 3 plus 4 will give us 1. That is plus 1. Okay, so the answer is 1. Okay, so we say therefore, the value of x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 2. X is equal to 1, y is equal to 2, and that is option D in that particular question that is given. Okay, so I want to believe that at this point we have fully understood how to solve simultaneous equation using the elimination method, using the substitution method, and of course what is it called? Simultaneous equation mean, and the different methods to solve them. I gave you 3 methods of solving this. I gave you graphical method. Unfortunately, we can't solve that now because that will require that we do a graph. We plot a graph for the values of x that we will generate and the values of y that we will generate, and get the coordinates where the line of the first equation and the line of the second equation meet at the x-axis and at the y-axis. Once we get those points, they become the value of the equation. Maybe subsequently in our next class, we can look into that. So all you just need to do is to go to your exam guide, keep getting questions around this and solving. Thank you very much.